Lisa from Sweet Paper Studios, coming at you live tonight on this Tuesday evening. It's actually rather cloudy and wet out there, so it's a perfect night for crafting. Thank you for joining me today. As always, I'm going to peek over to my laptop and give this video a share as Facebook builds my audience. Hope everyone had a great day today. I'm so excited to craft with you tonight. Let's just see that I'm the right way and everything's working good. And it looks like we're up and running. Yay! So I'll give that a quick share on my personal Facebook page. This is always the most awkward time, isn't it? Okay. Alright, so that's shared and we're ready to go. So before we get started, ignore the mess behind me. Same as last week, I haven't cleaned anything up yet. My husband's desk and stuff is over there, and I got all this stuff behind me. But anyways, before we get started, I do want to talk about one thing, and that is there is only 1 week left to take advantage of this awesome promotion that Stampin' Up! Has on right now. And that is when you join as a demonstrator, and you know, hold that thought for a second because I'm going to come back to it. When you join as a demonstrator, you get a pack of 10 ink pads for free. There's only 6 here. It's really bright. But you get to pick a full collection of our ink pads when you purchase the Stampin' Up! Demonstrator kit. That's awesome because buying the full pack of these for 10 is $92, so you would get that for free. How amazing is that? 10 packs, 10 ink pads. You can get the brights, the neutrals, the subtles, and the regals. All beautiful, so you can get a pack of 10. Now, when I say you can get the demo kit, that does not mean you have to become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator to sell the product. That is completely up to you. I'm sharing this for the fact that it's simply a awesome deal. The kit itself is $135, but you get to pick $165 worth of product from the catalog, and it's a build your own kit, so you pick the stuff that you want from the catalog. $165 worth for only $135, and then they will give you the 10 pack of inks on top of that, so you're gonna end up with like over $300 worth of stuff for $135. No taxes, no shipping. I believe no taxes. I definitely know there's no shipping. So I'll post the link down below to my website. I have some more information on there at sweetpaperstudios.com. If you go to the Stampin' Up! Link and join my team, you don't have to sell. Just let your demonstrator status run out. Hi Shannon, hi Shauna. Yeah, Shannon is signing up just to get the deal. She doesn't want to sell, and that's perfectly okay. She's building up her craft stash and getting the free ink. Like 10 of these, that's just so exciting. I don't even have 10 of the new packs yet. I have lots of ink, but not 10 of these guys yet. And then of course, if you do want to sell, you are on my team, so I'll provide you with all of the training that you need. Right now I have a couple of team members on my team, and they are doing amazing. And I have in-person meetings, I have online meetings, I provide some resources and business training for you to be successful. So just a thought, if you ever thought about joining Stampin' Up!, like, now is the time. This deal is only on until July 31st, so that's next Tuesday. So take advantage of that. You can send me a Facebook message if you want to know more, but I had to kind of throw that out there because it is just an amazing deal. It really is. Okay, I'm going to pause there and take a sip of water. For some reason, my basement is super dry today. Okay, so that's all the business stuff I'm going to talk about. We're going to get to crafting. So same setup as last time. My camera will be a bit shaky in like a couple seconds as I flip you around, okay? Let's go. All right. Hopefully I don't mess this up or lose you guys, but I'll give you a little flip here. Let me know if that's straight. If you could still see me, or not see me personally, but see my shot. It's the right side up, I think so. Hi Jen. So if you are here, let me know. I'm following along on the comments. I'd love to chat with you as we're getting crafty together. Always love that. I'm just gonna move you guys up ever so slightly. I think that should be good. Yeah, let me know you're here. And of course, just like last week, if you give this video a share, you will be entered into a draw to win a nice, beautiful prize. So please give this video a share. I'd really appreciate it. I love reaching people, connecting people. And of course, if you give it a share, you can be entered into win a prize for me. Okay, so congrats to Vanessa, who won the prize last week. So I've mailed out her prize. So I know she's super excited about that. So go ahead and give this video a share for me. Okay, so this, sorry, this is a card that we're gonna make today. Isn't that really pretty? It is with the Rooted in Nature stamp set. And I originally was going to do a birthday card because it is my son's 8th birthday today. But I just, I didn't plan well enough in advance. So we're going to make this beautiful card. And just give me 1 second as I just reach behind me here. Just going to give this a quick cut. There we go. Okay, so this is with the Rooted in Nature stamp set, and that is this beautiful set right here. It is a 2-pack stamp set. I think it's so pretty, so versatile. Thanks, Shannon. We're going to be using a couple of stamps in this today's card. So this little leaf stamp and this bigger leaf stamp, and then this Thinking of You stamp. The detail on all of these stamps is just so gorgeous. Like if you look closely at this, just look at the detail in those leaves. It's so pretty. We're also going to be using one of our new, it's the, hopefully I'm saying it right, the Tufts Dynamic texture embossing folder. So that's this one right here. Not sure if you could see it, but I think you could see it. It's just a little pretty indentation for a little added texture on the card, and I'll just show you that. See that really pretty pattern there? So nice. This is a new item in the catalog, and I've just used it for the first time on this card, and it's just really pretty. And my beautiful Berry Burst, my like all-time favorite color from Stampin' Up. So nice. And Powder Pink. They just really work really nice together. So with that said, we can get started. As I said, if you're here, please say hello so I can know that you're here and chat and as we go along. So we are using a piece of Berry Burst cardstock as our card base. This is 11 inches by 4 1/4, and we're just going to go ahead and fold that in half. And I have my bone folder here to just smooth out that edge. Just I want a nice crisp fold, so I'll just do that. Oh, there's still got embossing powder everywhere from my card the other night that I made. And then you're going to need a 5 1/4 by 4 inches. Actually, that looks really big. Obviously, I cut that size wrong. Will be 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. Let me just go fix that quickly. Had an extra quarter on there that we didn't need. So this is just a piece of Whisper White cardstock. And as I said, we're going to use this big leaf and the small leaf. And we are going to essentially create our own designer series paper, which is this background here, with the Berry Burst ink and the powder pink ink. We'll go ahead and use the Berry Burst ink first, and we'll do that on the big leaf here. And you're just basically going to put leaves random, like you're just going to randomly stamp them anywhere you'd like, in different directions. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. You're just going to stamp around the paper, just like this. It goes fairly quick. I mean, look at that detail. Look at that detail on that leaf. Isn't that really pretty? Okay, so we'll put that aside. And we're going to take our powder pink ink and our small leaf stamp, and we're basically just going in on the white space in between our large stamps. Again, you're just randomly putting them down. You know, you want to overlap them a little bit. You're just randomly filling in the white gaps. Not completely, because you want to leave some white space, but you know. I'm trying to think of where else I should put that. No, I think I'm going to leave it like that. There you go. Isn't that super pretty? You just created your own designer series paper. With that, I'm going to take my chamois and just clean off my stamps. Now we are going to be using the Big Shot as well. There's a bit of cutting with this card, but go ahead and clean off our stamps first. Now you're done with the big stamp, but on a scrap piece of white paper, you're just going to stamp a small leaf in Berry Burst. And what I'm going to do is, I don't want it really dark, so I'm going to stamp off first and then stamp on the paper. So I just get a little bit lighter leaf, because we're going to end up cutting that out. And you can go ahead and clean off your stamp, because you don't need that anymore. This is just a random this is just a random leaf. We're not going to use that. It's from when I was designing the card, so that's just kind of there. Okay, so now we're going to put the ink away. As I said, if you're watching, please let me know you're here. And if you share this video, you get to be entered into a prize from me. I see that there are 6 of you watching, so be sure to let me know that you are here. Okay. Next thing we need to do is cut out our oval shapes. So that's the Berry Burst oval shape, and then the white stitch shape framelit. And with the layering, the scalloped part of the oval is with our layering oval framelits. These are new to me. These are a recent purchase. I'm so glad I bought these. I have been eyeing them for quite some time. And I finally bit the bullet and purchased them. I'm so happy, because it just gives your cards a little extra something and a little extra detail on the cards. So happy that I bought these. So we're going to use the biggest scalloped oval. And of course, we're using my all-time favorite dies, the Stitch Shape Framelits, which are these guys here. I'm going to use the largest oval there as well. You're going to use a piece of Berry Burst cardstock for the layering scalloped shapes, and then you're going to use a piece of white cardstock for the Stitch Shape framelit. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring my Big Shot over. If you're not familiar with the Big Shot, this is Stampin' Up's cutting tool. It is awesome. I'm just gonna move that over a little bit. Give me some room. Hopefully you guys can still see that. And I like to kill two birds with one stone, so I'm gonna cut them at the same time. And you'll notice that I have two new plates. I just opened them just for you guys. And I have my magnetic platform as well. So on one half, I will put the Berry Burst and this scalloped oval. On the other side, I will put the Stitch Shapes framelit. And I am just going to sandwich them between my plates and run them through the Big Shot. Get a good shot of my arm there, right? I'm gonna pull those over, and then you get these beautiful cutouts. So there is the scalloped oval, and then you have the stitched oval. And oh, you know what I did? I cut out the wrong size of the oval shape. I had it off to the side. So I'm going to quickly cut the scallop again. I'm like, why does this not fit? They're the same size. I need the bigger scallops. So I'm going to just run that through the Big Shot again. Thanks, Courtney. There you go. So that will fit just nicely in there. Like, it just adds that extra little something. So, so pretty. So we don't need those ovals anymore. So I'm going to put those away, or off to the side anyways. And one thing that we do need to do still is put our beautiful paper that we just created with our stamps and run that through the Big Shot with the embossing folder. So it works the same way. You put it through the Big Shot and then it embosses your paper. You could put that in there just like that. You're just going to sandwich it together. You'll notice on the embossing folder that there is a line at the bottom. So that is your guide. So you can line up your paper with that line so it's nice and straight and fits in the embossing folder, okay? That's a new thing with some of their embossing folders. Oh, thanks, Michelle. I wish you could take a class with me too. Honestly, doing this kind of stuff and teaching classes are the best part of what I do. I love teaching and I'm passionate about it. And I truly believe anyone can make a card. Like, you would be so surprised. Okay. With the embossing folders, you don't need the magnetic platform. You have the multi-purpose platform. So we're just going to put that in there. And with this, some of our embossing folders in particular, they're a bit thicker than the normal ones. So you don't need any, actually I wonder if, yeah, there you go. You don't need any plate. You do need a plate actually. Sorry. Let's rewind. You need a plate. Just one plate though. You don't need to sandwich it. So you're just going to put it in and you're just going to run it through the same way as you did with your dies. Okay. Sorry, I'm limited on space when I'm having my Big Shot because my wall is right there, so it pushes against it. And I don't know if you can see that, but you just got that nice pattern detail. Do you guys see that? Isn't that so pretty? So pretty. So we're done with that. And then we just need the Big Shot for one more thing. Let me move some stuff out of the way because we're going to use the framelit dies. So these dies, they go with the stamp set, Isn't, like, look at all these dies, it's gorgeous. So we're going to cut out this leaf that we had just stamped, but also with this set, you have 3 leaves that do embossing. Amazing! So embossing, just like the embossing folder just did to this page. But in this case, we're just going to do a small leaf right here. So we'll emboss the leaf and then we'll cut it right back out with the other die. Thanks, Shauna. So as I said, if you're here, let me know and share this video for your chance to win a little something from me. I really appreciate that you guys are taking your time to join me, and I would really love to know who's watching. All right, so we're going to cut this leaf out. So you line up your die with your leaf. Oh, can you guys see that? I'll move that up a bit more. With the magnetic platform, you kind of have to play around with the die a little bit, because sometimes if the magnets doesn't line up, it will shift a little bit. Okay, and then I have just a scrap piece of paper of powder pink cardstock, and we're just going to use this little die to emboss a leaf on it, and then we'll use this die after to cut it out. So we'll just grab our other platform and we'll sandwich those two together. Move this over just a bit. And again, we're just going to run those through the Big Shot. Just like that. So you can see the die cut out the leaf. And then you can see the other embossing die just gave us a nice little pattern there. And we're going to take this and just cut it out the same way we cut out the other one. Again, you have to just make sure that you line it up. Sometimes, there we go. All right. This is our last cutout. And then we're done with the Big Shot. Hi, Zoe. See that you just popped on. Thanks for joining me today. All right, we're done with the Big Shot, so I'm gonna definitely move that out of the way now. All right. So I will move this back over here, get myself a little bit more situated. And there we go. Okay. So we have some of our elements. We have our cutout embossed leaf and our stamped leaf. That. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to stamp our sentiment. Oh, I almost lost my very first ink there for a second. We're going to stamp it directly on this oval. And this is with the Thinking of You stamp. So we're just going to put that right on our do block. Yes, Jen, you definitely need a Big Shot. You're just going to put that in the ink. And you're just going to stamp it sort of just below the center because you need to be able to fit these leaves on top. So we're just going to put that right there. Give it a nice little firm press, and then you got your nice stamped image. Then you can go ahead and use your chamois to give that a nice wipe. As I said, I love the chamois because you can get in the little nooks and crannies and you don't get ink all over your hands. and it just cleans the stamp really nicely. Sorry, I'm just reading comments as I go because you guys are being chatty, which I love. All right, so you can go ahead and put these together. So I'm going to use my snail adhesive, which is my adhesive of choice. I love it. It's very forgiving. For example, I must have lifted this white stitch shaped framelit off of the scalloped oval probably about 5 times because I just could not get it center, and the snail adhesive didn't rip my paper. I mean, it will sometimes, but it's forgiving enough where it doesn't rip all the time, but it's still strong enough to hold your cards. This is what I use when I sell my cards, so it's the product I actually really trust a lot, so it works really well. So you're just going to try to center this as much as possible. Oh wow, first time. When I was doing my sample, it took me, I guess, 5 times. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. I'm happy about that. Okay, and then we're going to start building our card. So you're going to put this, your lovely, beautiful self-made DSP right on top of your card base. So again, I'm just using the snail adhesive. And because this is embossed, as you can see on the pattern, I'll use a little bit more adhesive than normal because I want it to actually make sure that it stays firm. So just a little tip that if you are dealing with embossing folders and you're using the snail, just add a little bit more more than normal, or you can even use the tear and tape adhesive because that's really strong stuff too. So you're just going to center that as much as possible. So let's see here. I'm really picky when it comes to getting things centered where they're supposed to be, so there we go. I'm happy with that. So let's give that a nice firm press. Look how pretty that looks, even without sentiments on it. Isn't that so nice? You just got that lovely detail on the leaves, and then the embossing on there, which gives it a nice little touch. So pretty. As I said, give this video a share for your chance to win a prize from me. And continue comments. I'll try to answer comments if I don't see them. But I love it that you guys are watching and joining me today, and thank you so much for that. So you're gonna adhere this to the card, but you're gonna do so with your Stampin' Dimensionals. I love to add a little bit of dimension to my cards. This will just make it pop a little bit, and I think I mentioned this last week, but don't be stingy with your dimensionals. You don't want this piece sort of bending or sinking in any way. So you want to make sure that you're using enough dimensionals on your cards to prevent that from happening, especially when you're sending your card. Things can get damaged in the mail, so that will just help that. So you're just going to put that in the center-ish, kind of a little bit above the center line, just like that. Give that a nice little press, and you can see that it's just popping off the page just a little bit. Just an extra added dimension. So pretty. Okay, so then you're just going to add your 2 leaves. And I'm just using, again, my snail adhesive, so just a little bit of adhesive on the back of that. Just sort of adding it to the top, just like that. And then you're going to do the same with your other one. Just like that. Okay, and then I have, I believe this is our tinsel twine. It's from I believe, the Occasions catalog, so it's not available, but I do think it's so pretty and adds a little bit extra touch to the card. So I'm going to just make a little bow with that. And actually, maybe I'll do that over and I'll go like slower, because I always get asked how to make a bow. So basically you're just going to create like a little knot just like that. And you're going to wrap it around the loop, and then you're going to pull it through. Okay. It's going to be huge when you actually first do it, but just grab it in the center and then gently pull the loops down. And that way you can sort of work with it a little bit to get the perfect bow. And that's just what I do. I sort of work with it, and then once I get it to a point where I think it's really nice, I'll pull it a little bit tighter. And then you just have the nice bow. Just like that. So I'll go ahead and use my paper snips. If you're in the market for new craft scissors, let me tell you how awesome these Snip-on paper snips are. I just got them. Like, I don't know if you can actually tell how sharp they are, but they are like super sharp. Super sharp. They work really well, and they're probably the best scissors I've used, because I lost my other pair, but these are actually a lot better. So after you're done your bow, you're just gonna go ahead and take a glue dot and use your paper piercing tool for that. Glue dot is just that. So hopefully you can see that. It's just like a little dot of like adhesive. And you just put that on the back of your bow. And then that way, all you have to do is sort of press down. And then it sticks, and it will stay there. And then you could just snip the ends off, because these are a little bit long. And then you are done your card. Isn't that super pretty, guys? Give those a hearts and likes if you like that. I think it's super pretty, and you know, it didn't take a long time either. So I think it's super pretty. I love the colors. That's powder pink and berry burst, and the Rooted in Nature stamp set. So as I said, you still have time to share this video to your chance to win a prize. So go ahead and give this video a share, and I'll enter you into the draw. Thanks, Jen. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you guys supporting my business and shopping with me. It really means a lot. So join me next Tuesday at 8:30 for another live crafting session. Okay, bye.